Hi, guys, and welcome back to Live and Learn with Livy. Clearly, I am your host, Livy. How are we all doing today? I'm about to bring on a special guest any second, actually, my mother for the Mother's Day episode. So let me get her situated and I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm here. Where are you?
Oh my God, look at you.
I'm like annoyed in general that I don't have my camera set up.
Why?
Let me just like get into it, but I am so frustrated today. Number one, woke up at 5 in the fucking morning because of my dog.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're going. So maybe pay attention. Um, Woke up at 5 in the morning, mom, because of Tiny. He like had to go outside, didn't even go to the bathroom, just wanted to sniff everything. I think he thought it was playtime. It was like this whole thing. And then so I'm already annoyed. Couldn't go back to already just like in the crankiest mood ever, whatever. And then um, so I've just been like going through it today, like not feeling well. And then I come to record the podcast and I'm looking at my camera, my SD card, which like is my memory card, which functions the camera, not in there. So this is my like footage for like the podcast. And it makes me feel like a fucking idiot.
Don't swear, and you're not an idiot. There's something going on. It's in the universe. I got things breaking. It's
What?
all my fridge is. I had almost take apart my fridge last night. I'm going to do it this Friday. It's just just count your blessings.
I
No
was
big.
just about to wear the same exact sweatshirt as you.
Well, you don't have this. It's a Lululemon.
Oh, I had my Skims on. We would have been actually matching
You
too.
notice anything,
You look paler.
Livy?
Your eyes?
No glasses.
Oh, why aren't you wearing glasses?
You know what? The thing has been bothering me behind my ear, and it's making me uncomfortable. So I've been trying the contacts again.
Okay, do
So
you
it's
like them?
I've always loved my contacts. They just get dry when I'm teaching, when I'm in bands and stuff like that. So, what are we talking about today, Liv?
Wait, also, well, we're in the intro of the podcast so far. Also, look at my makeup. I look like I did it in the dark. I look like I was Helen Keller
You
doing my
look like
makeup.
Aunt Jane when she'd come to parties and it would be like a patch of pink.
That's what it looks like. Okay, well, I just wanted to update you on my day. You want to know about the boys that I'm talking to?
Okay.
Oh, act a little bit.
Of course, of course. What do you got?
Well, I think I was on something last night, mom, because I was like, what a good idea. There's this like man that I matched with on Hinge and we have like good conversation, but he lives in London and is going back to London today. And he's like, let's hang out. What the fuck am I doing?
No.
No,
I
period.
don't, I don't know why you can't just meet people the old fashioned way.
Like what?
Like go out and I know you don't drink, but like maybe in an exercise class or at the gym.
Mom, I'm like, when I'm in my exercise classes, like
I'm the same. I never wanted to meet people. I couldn't.
the
It was
last thing
annoying.
you think about is dick, you know?
Okay.
What? But
Use
the
it.
penis,
Go ahead.
that's the last thing I'm thinking about.
So
Okay.
what is the segment about?
Okay. So this is the Mother's Day episode. Say hi. I have on my special guest, my mom. Say hello.
Hello.
It was my mom's idea. I don't have to pay her to be here. I'm so lucky she's doing it for free. But I asked you guys to ask me a bunch of questions on Instagram for her. So we have some of those, and then we'll get into like some questions I have for her personally and just some things. But since it's the Mother's Day episode, let's get it kicked off with what is your favorite Mother's Day that you've ever had?
I am always happiest when I have my three kids together and they're getting along. I loved it when you guys were little. I mean, we would do brunches and then hang out. I don't know, that's a really hard one.
You have to pick.
I did go out one year with a friend to lunch, just the two of us, just to chill, and that was really nice with Miss Barbara. We thought it would be a good idea to just get away from the kids.
Oh,
Um, you know what? The ones that I can remember were always when I was with my girls.
okay.
And
Well,
you
obviously.
guys,
Do you want to know the Mother's Day that sticks out in my head the most? I'm going to film a TikTok on this later.
but
When I stole the painting for you.
okay, do we have to go there?
I know
That
I
was
well,
okay.
that was you
It's
still
in
have
my
it too. Um,
reframed. I love that piece.
no, that was my favorite Mother's Day when I broke into my father's home after we had just left and
Our home.
okay, stole the painting for you. So that's the theme for Mother. What are you doing this Sunday?
Kaylee asked me if I wanted to get together. You know, I don't like making a big deal out of Mother's Day because my mom put a lot of pressure on me for Mother's Day. And
You
it's
call me every year and if like you're not happy with your presents.
no, no, you guys got me flowers last year. I even said to Sissy, I go, you don't need to get me anything.
First of all,
It's
I bought those flowers myself.
Sissy said she did.
That was not a sister thing. No, I send flowers every year.
Well, it's somewhat of a Hallmark holiday. So I don't want to put the pressure on my kids that my mom did to me because you love your mom all the time. So we don't need a special day. So Kaylee asked me what I wanted to do. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if we do anything on that day.
Okay. Do you know whose mother's
Coming in.
first?
Actually, I hope to see my niece.
Okay. Do you know whose first Mother's Day it is?
You're a dog mom. Yes, it's your first Mother's
By the
Day.
way, May 10th is for the dog moms.
Some random made that crap up.
No, mom, May 10th is for the dogs. The dog moms.
It's coming on Friday.
No, I know. I'm so excited for my present. I was going to tell you something else. I forgot what it was. Oh, when you come to visit, I'll have a lot of brands sent you stuff for Mother's Day. They wanted me, yeah. So I have a present to give you, but you're also getting something on Mother's Day, but the brands wanted to send you stuff too.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's appreciated.
No, yes. Okay, let's get into the questions.
Like one of those masks, one of those red masks you have.
That's a $450 mask.
I know, but I think it works.
Well, then you can say, Dr. Dennis Grossman, you can send me one.
Who? Dr. Dennis Grossman?
Yeah, Dr. Dennis Grossman.
Dr. Dennis Grossman, you can please send me one. It would be very
We got
nice.
to get you a better microphone if I'm going to bring you on a little bit more often because, like, your microphone is just shit.
That's okay. Let's go.
Okay, don't rush the process. Anyways,
I'll rush the
um,
process, but I do have to change lives in about an hour.
were you always comfortable talking about sex with your mom? I would say yes,
Oh,
because
I thought you meant was I. God, no.
oh, were you not comfortable talking about sex with grandma?
Didn't do that. You couldn't do that. That was not okay.
I
That's
feel
why I
like,
raised my daughters differently. It was a different time. It was a different time.
oh my God, take a shot. She says it was a different time. We understand it was like the 1800s. But the thing is about that, mom, is that I feel like you always created such a safe space, not only for like me to talk about sex, but all of my friends.
Because it's a normal thing. Like
But
you're supposed
we never had the birds and the bees conversation. You never sat me down and like said that.
school did that and you had sisters. By you, I was done.
What do you
Well,
mean by
because
that?
I knew that your sisters, you know, your sisters would share. And I knew I kept it where if you ever had any questions, just ask me. I
Yeah,
never
but
felt
like,
like taboo. Like you just it was always open.
you
Like,
know, and do you want to know how my sisters told me about it? If you don't do it, you're fucking weird. So like, I would have loved for you to have that conversation with me.
okay, is this a question from your followers?
Yes, this is a question for my followers. We're doing my followers questions. But yeah, I feel like I was always comfortable talking about sex. I weirdly do remember though when I first got my period, like you were so creepy and weird about it. It just like made me so annoyed.
Well, because I was probably happy for you. It means you can have babies
Uh,
or you can procreate.
yeah, but you gave me like a high five and it was so uncomfortable. Like I'll never forget that moment. I was in like fifth grade.
Oh,
Sixth grade.
right. I doubt it was six. And here's the other thing.
No, I was in sixth grade because I was in Mr. Munch's class.
Oh God.
I know that little fucker gave me my period. Ew,
Sometimes
that's
I'd
all.
like to go back to those teachers that did not make your life easier, but made the anxiety worse because they didn't have children of their own to understand what was going on with you and just like throat punch them.
You just want to punch him in the throat?
You had a handful of teachers in sixth grade that were just not. You had a couple women that were amazing and got it, but they were also moms. The ones
You
that didn't have kids just didn't get it, and it was sad. Like I look back on it now, and I try not to go back there, but until you have kids of your own, you don't know what's going on in someone's home. You don't know what's going on with that child, and they were not nice to you, and that's
you
sad.
you guys, she's talking about when I had mental illness. I had anxiety and depression in like sixth grade and nobody was dealing with it at the time. But like, and it really affects my mom to this day. Like she's still very upset about it, but like I don't really remember it that much, but she's very distraught about it. Just said she wanted to punch my teachers in the throat. Understandable, but also at the same time, I was fully like insane with Mr. Munch and I like kept calling him Helen Keller and stuff. I think I
Okay,
did something to him.
you did something
I
to
definitely did something to the man, but whatever. Who gives a fuck?
people at school called all the time. And think about it, Libby's going to be 26. She was in sixth grade, even younger. It was like fourth, fifth grade, even I think third grade. And you would have to go to the school to drop stuff off for your kids. I would go to the school. My daughter would be on the phone in the administrator's office calling me. And I look and go, why are you on the phone? She goes, oh, you're here. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I was always getting calls from her and the school. It
Mm.
was great.
I got suspended a lot in sixth grade. And one time, I specifically remember this. I was getting suspended, and my principal was calling my home phone, and I called my home phone the same exact time. Hers went to voicemail, mine went through. And then I never told you I was suspended, and I spent the entire day in the attic. It was the day of the royal wedding, but you knew like years later.
Still would have backed you. You wouldn't have gotten in trouble.
No,
It
I
wasn't
know.
purposely you were acting out of anxiety and flight or fight or flight mode.
Do you
So
remember when I told the teacher in sixth grade that dad was like hitting us, and you got so mad at me?
'cause they'll send DCFS to my house.
Well, God forbid, wouldn't that have been a godsend at the time?
They would have taken you out of my house and then I wouldn't be able to see my kids. What is the next question?
Okay, anyways, that was about sex, and then you had to talk about my mental illness. What made you make all of us comfortable about talking about sex? Like, why?
Because I didn't have that growing up because believe it or not, it was a different time and depending I had a
Take a
Catholic
shot.
mom. I had a Catholic mom. They made you think sex was bad. And I remember going, I don't think that's the case. So I said if I ever had daughters, I would want them to be comfortable talking about it with me and participating in sex because it's a different time now and it's okay to enjoy it. It's
And
okay to
now she knows all about my sex life. I'll call her like the morning after, like, you'll never believe what he did. He choked me with my
hey,
panties.
we're good.
No, but like, I think it's, no, she loves to hear about my sex life
I
too.
don't. I tell her to call her sister.
And
Call
then
your sister.
I tell everybody, I send voice memos. I go, he did this with his tongue, and you light up like a little schoolgirl. Swear to God, you love it.
I hang up.
She goes, okay, Olivia, okay. Okay, next question is there any advice your mom gave you that you still lean on today? It would definitely be the time that you told me a blowjob gets me anything I want.
Okay. You're taking it out of context and we talk about it too much. I did not say it like that. I said it in the terms of you should enjoy it as much as the person you're giving it to, because that was another thing when I was being raised. God forbid you even brought that up.
Really?
Oh my God, you really didn't. You talked about, well, with my high school girlfriends, we would talk about it because it was different with girlfriends, but you would never have talked about that with your mom. She would have been like,
If you were
I
like,
have an aunt that said, learn to like giving one because you get a lot from it once you
okay,
learn.
you quite literally told me the same exact thing. Um, but so you could never look at grandma and be like, you don't even want to know the dick I just sucked.
No, she's sitting here in this picture next to me. She's horrified, horrified.
She's literally in
Mom, she's
heaven.
going batshit crazy again on the podcast.
No, I'm just grandma. I'm asking because the thing is, like, wouldn't it have been fun if you guys could have open conversations about sex?
Libby, you that would never have happened when I was
Back in
in
my day. Anyways, the best advice, you give me really good advice. There's two things with you. Either it's I call you and you ease my anxiety and like you're my person, you talk me through everything, or I call opposite, makes it 30 times worse. Like there's like one day I'll be like, "Oh, I'm stressed about money." And she'll be like, "You should really rent out your second bedroom or like not pay so much in rent." I'm in a lease and I'm not renting out. This is my fucking office. Imagine if I had someone in here right now.
Sissy.
No, it's like it depends on her mood. If she's like wanting to like amp it up, like the other day, whatever, my industry is like not, it's like prevented from the recession or whatever. And like I don't get hit as hard as like everybody else. And she has the nerve to be like, that's not true. And like you just lie. That's the thing. It's like you just lie. You just think you know what you're talking about and you don't. And you literally don't.
The other thing is I asked Libby to have much more faith in God because it helps take the burden off of your heart if you know you have someone walking next to
No,
you.
so true. And like that's why I'm like, okay, the universe or like all the dead people in our lives, like you know what I mean? I think I don't even want to like talk to God. And like by the way, I do talk to God, but because you shove it down my throat as if you're like a Jehovah's Witness on a fucking mission, you shove God down my throat.
Here's the other thing is when you ended up going back to school junior year, you told me that you couldn't have done it without praying. So that resonated with me because I was at we were going through a lot back then and yet you just have faith in something bigger than yourself.
And I do
What
have faith in something bigger than myself. I also have control issues though, so it's like a double-edged sword. I'm trying to think of like really good advice you have given me. You really do. Just you being there and
below
like
your
you
means? Live below your means.
what?
Live below your means.
That one hasn't really like rested.
We know. We know. Have a budget.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's really great advice. I know I'm trying to think of something like deeper. I think you just being there and like answering the phone and like just even like yesterday, you just talked me off a ledge or you talked me off the ledge. Like you talked me literally to off myself or you just like helped me through it.
He's like Tiny in the park when the dog came at us.
Oh, you guys, she drove me actually insane because she was like she was visiting and we were walking in Central Park and my mother looks at me and goes, "Dog!" Screams dog on the top of her lungs. I yanked Tiny because I think a dog is about
Nudged you and said, there comes a dog.
nudged me and was like, "Dog," as if one is like coming to attack. And I was like, "What the actual fuck was that?" I was so mad at her because I was like, not and Tiny yelped. I have never heard Tiny yelp like that. He literally yelped so loud. He was literally, all of us were distraught because I was like, "You want to know?" The dog went the opposite way. The dog was playing frisbee with its owner. Like, God forbid. No. So you're either going to like talk me up or you're going to talk me off my anxiety. But recently, my anxiety's been bad. And I feel like you've actually been helping me with it a lot. So I appreciate that, Dina.
You're welcome, Livy. Any other questions from your viewers?
There is a lot. Can you let me get to him, girl? What are you just daydreaming over there?
No, this is good. You know I love doing this.
I wish we could tell the
We're here
pod.
to help people. We're here to help people.
Oh my gosh, okay. I wish I could tell the people the exciting news that's going to happen in your life.
You can't. So let's go.
Okay. Okay. Um, Someone wants to know, this is a weird one, but why would a mother hate her own child from your mom's perspective?
Wait, say that again.
Why would you hate your own child from your perspective?
You no, I would never do that.
Bitch, but like as a mother, why would you hate your own child?
Oh God. I guess it depends what the child or the not child, but the kid did, what the relationship was like with their mom. I mean, you have all different personalities. I don't, it would have to be something pretty bad. I mean, what if you have a kid that steals from you or, a kid that lies to you? You never hate your kid. Narcissistic parents might like themselves better than their kids, but I could never imagine hating my kid.
God forbid. So, okay, but let's on a lighter topic. Like, think about a time that you were like, I hate this bitch. Like, when was a time that you were like, I no, like I can literally name some for
I
Sissy.
dislike what this kid is doing, but I've never said I hate this
Or
kid.
just
Like
times that you were like so annoyed with us.
there was a lot going on. It just depends on the situation. I never hated you guys.
Okay, what about the time Kaylee
I didn't like
literally,
a situation.
yeah, like Kaylee, what are some situations that you were like, these bitches?
Never had that with Sissy.
Yes, you did. My mom loves to joke that Sissy's her favorite because
Um,
you actually know that you would kill yourself if I wasn't here.
any of you. Um, I don't. I don't. I don't want to go back to the negative. There were times people aren't making the best choices, and you're a little disappointed in their choices, but you don't hate them.
Oh my God, you can't ever think of something light and funny like the time Kaylee threw a doorknob at you?
No, I think of the funny things that you guys did to each other that I found out later.
Yes.
Like one morning I went to go to work on a Saturday and the car doors were open on my car, not just unlocked, open. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. Like, what the heck? Found out probably a year later that my oldest daughter was fighting with my middle daughter, locked my middle daughter and her friend out of the house, and they had to sleep in the car. And she was waving to them from the upstairs window.
Kaylee locked Sissy out of the car and was like, locked Sissy out of the house and was like, you have to sleep in the car. That's it. Or the time Sissy and Kaylee were going at it so much so that I don't know what they must have been fighting about someone taking a top or something. Kaylee was cutting all of Sissy's bras and Sissy was stabbing Kaylee's like makeup palettes, like the naked palettes. Yes.
No, probably one of my favorite ones was we had a very beautiful old house, cove moldings, a foot on top, a foot on the bottom. So the wood was beautiful. And I come home one day and Laura, Sissy, is putting a deadbolt on her bedroom door. And I'm like, you're ruining the wood. She goes, I am so tired of them taking my clothes. She goes, I'm giving you a key. I'm taking a key with me, only to find out that a couple weeks later, Libby's got the screwdriver, taking the lock off, going in the bedroom, taking the top that she wants. And I go, please don't. Please do not take that top. She goes, don't worry about it. I got a backup top. When you pick me up, I'm going to change my top, put it in. I'll put it back in later on tonight. It was constant with the clothing,
They were
constantly with it.
no, it's always the clothes, or even the time that, or what did one of my friends took Sissy's top or something, and like she tried to get her fired from the hardware store. Do you know how crazy that is? Sissy worked at the hardware store growing up, and like so did all my friends. My mom would get us all jobs at like the hardware store that like in Hinsdale or whatever. And Sissy one time saw my friend wearing her top to school and tried to get her fired.
No, most recently, probably within the last 5 years, Kaylee sends me a picture and you have her top on in the picture. And she goes, how did she get this? I forget what it was. It was a top or a jacket. She goes, I didn't even, first of all, Kaylee has too many clothes. She didn't even realize that it was gone. But here's Livy on Instagram and Kaylee's top.
The amount of times that I've had to block them both from my story so they like just don't see that I'm wearing their clothes. Oh my God, that was like so, what a time.
We have sisters, so I didn't know what that dynamic was. And my sister-in-law would borrow stuff from me, have it dry cleaned with a note. She would put a note, I borrowed your J. Crew sweater. After she wore it, it would come back dry cleaned, thank you, with a note. So I just assumed that's how sisters were
Oh,
until
absolutely not.
Livy was in Kaylee's closet all the time in the morning because there were three different schools. And I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm going shopping in a place called my sister's closet.
Kaylee had like also Kaylee's 3 years older than me. So I'm looking like a hooker because she's like a junior in high school and I'm a like freshman wearing her like V-cut little shirts and everything like that. She really did have the best clothes. This is one for me. And please don't get depressing on this. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like don't get depressed. Look at you. Look at you.
Better not be about dying.
It's not about dying. That's like a sissy thing. That's not a me thing. I don't care about the dying. Um, do you ever wish your mom didn't marry your dad? Absolutely.
Then I wouldn't have you.
You could have just got knocked up by him.
Not with three kids. That would have been weird.
I think it's weirder to go through like what you went through.
You know what? I don't want to give any energy to anything about him. We're in a great
Period.
place. Yeah. Next question.
Do I wish you didn't marry? Yeah, I just wish like I just think that you deserve so much love.
Okay. Next. I know where you're going with this. Next question. I'm in a really great place right now.
She's in a really good place right now. Okay. Oh, what's the worst thing I got in trouble as a kid? I feel like I was pretty perfect.
Not including the school stuff when you unplugged the mic on the gym teacher, because that was hilarious. I
Mhm.
have to say the egg incident was anxiety at its all-time high.
That was like embarrassing because I had to be like 20 at that point.
No, younger. You were living in the suburbs, so you had to be under.
No, I we were in you're talking about the time that we all got fined, right?
Yeah,
I
but
was
no, you know what? It was never where getting in trouble was never where. I mean, you were somewhat in trouble with the law, but you didn't go to jail. So you know what? It was
okay, let
stupid.
me tell them what happened. Basically, my friends and I, like at the time, no, I was living in the dorms because I remember this specifically, and I had like the short blonde hair, so I had to be like at least 19 or 20. And I don't know what it was, but we went on like an egging spree and would just like egg these people that we did not like. And sometimes we would just egg anybody. But this one girl, she would buy us the eggs. Like she was my friend at the time. And she would be like, okay, we have to like go do my ex-boyfriend's car. And like my friend and I were like, absolutely. Like this is so much fun. There had to be five of us like egging. And this is so embarrassing. But we got caught. And one of the girls who saw us egging, which like we didn't even not like her or anything. Like we just wanted to egg her. Um, she like caught us and then my friend only one of my friends went to court because we were like if they do all of us we're all gonna get a fine and like the judge is asking my friend like it was just you by yourself like egging these people and she was like yup like it was just me all alone but yeah I had to pay a $200 that was like a we each had to pay 200 that was like $1,000 fine or something so when I the egging
It's illegal to egg people's houses. It's called vandalism.
not even just egging like pouring laundry detergent on their cars.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I was, but also growing up, like me and Sissy and all of us, like we would sneak out every weekend and we would egg and fork and bagel people.
Okay, next one. I
Okay,
don't want to.
but my mom, we never got grounded. You never grounded us growing up. We were never grounded.
Life is too short to ground people.
Okay, you know what? Period, queen. Life's too short to ground people. Yeah, never grounded, just abused.
No, next
Okay.
one.
What is your favorite memory with my son, Tiny?
Oh,
She loves Tiny.
I do love Tiny because he's always happy. A little chubby these days, but happy.
Come on now.
Favorite memory with Tiny. I loved having him here for the holidays.
Yeah,
It's
you guys got along
I'm
real
in a
well.
smaller space because when we moved out almost 10 years ago, we went into a smaller condo. So it's a smaller space. So we're kind of all on top of one another, which could be a bit much after 3, 4 days. But
I love it.
he loves being cuddled. He's a great little dog.
Is
He's
he your
awesome.
okay? Give us more. Give us like what specifically?
I like where he started when he wasn't all that friendly and he kind of snap at you. And now he's just super loving.
It was just you and another person, but he was when I first got Tiny, like we had to work through a lot of behavioral issues and there was a point where like other people would come in the apartment. I had a friend that like harassed him and he did like try and bite her or whatever. Okay, he fully bit her. But like she was harassing him and then when you came to visit, he was still very skittish, like very very skittish after that incident, and we've had to work a lot on his confidence.
I don't think it was so much, I'm not, I think where he was before you had him, put him in that fight mode.
Yeah.
And he was just, he just now he's acclimated. He loves New York. He's
He's
such a Central Park dog.
He's, he's such a Central Park dog. Okay, what's your favorite thing that I do with Tiny that you're just like, oh, he's so perfect?
Oh, the pictures every day. I got pictures of Tiny in Central Park. I have pictures of Tiny waking up, one ear's up, one ear's down. It's all the pictures I get of him all day long and little comments underneath. Look at Tiny.
Tiny's
He wants,
happy. Oh, Tiny says, hi, Grandma. Um, but also, wait, I was gonna say something. I totally forgot what it was. Yo, you'll ask me how Tiny is before I am. There was something that happened with the car. Oh, the carbon monoxide. Everybody wanted to know how Tiny was. No one even gave a fuck if I
or the
was okay.
fire with the pig roast downstairs.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You were like, is Tiny okay? I'm like, Tiny's fine. He actually hated the pig roast for some reason.
I love pets. Like I'm definitely like I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, but my oldest daughter has cats and they're beautiful. They're just a different type of creature. How could you not love an animal? You know,
Especially Tiny.
he's
Especially, he was
cool.
like us. He was like us, abused, scared, sad.
You're giving that too much energy. Can't get past it if you keep
Not that
bringing it.
much energy, bitch. Not that much energy, but I'm just saying we have a lot of similarities. Okay, next question. How did I adjust to my mom's new relationship? Ugh, it was difficult.
First of all, a little background story. Livy doesn't like anybody that I'm married to or that I've dated. So I was a little bit nervous about her getting to know the person I'm with now. And she was a little rough around the edges with them in the beginning.
Wait, like
And
how?
you're my daughters feel that I should be, I don't know how to explain it, but they each have an opinion of how I should be treated. They each have an opinion of what I should date and what that person brings to the table. And at the end of the day, being with someone kind, respectful, and loving means more than any material thing that you could get out of a relationship. And Livy, because they're younger, Livy was looking for things to not be right with this person, and she couldn't find a one.
No, no. This is what I do think it was is that like in the beginning with him, I was just kind of like you talk about him a lot. So I was like, okay, let's like make sure he's like really this amazing. And I was a little rough around the edges. I was like, I'm not gonna because like you're okay, and God forbid, do you see the people that you picked before him?
It's a life. It took me 40 years to be with someone who, no, everybody has a different story. I didn't make the best choices. It
No,
stems from,
period. But exactly why I don't like them. Like I
I
was always
knew, I knew from the first date that this was not the same type of man.
Well, clearly he's not the same type of man, but like imagine what I've been through and like what I've seen the men do to you and how they've treated you. I'm just like, and I've always been the one to speak up. Like even with her ex-boyfriend, I was the like my dad, we know I spoke up, but like her ex-boyfriend too, like the fuck do you think you are talking to my mother like that? Like absolutely not. So, I was a little hesitant about this one just because it was like, ugh. But now Chili is genuinely my bestie.
Hey, we're good.
She gets so mad that I call him my bestie. No, genuinely love the man. Like, couldn't find one thing wrong about him. No, I think he's so amazing. But also, we work together. Like, he does a lot of things for me. What?
You don't work together.
We're coworkers.
He's her free lawyer.
He's my free lawyer. We're coworkers. And let me just tell you, I've gotten into like weirdly the past year, just like a lot of legal stuff I've had to deal with. So my bestie's been handling all of it, but that means we're on the phone with each other like every day, like, and we're just always communicating. And he just gives me such good advice too, like very sound advice. I've never had someone so calm and just speaks to me. It's like, okay, Livy, like he was very big, a big role in my LA to New York move because he was handling contracts, like so many of them and was just very calm about it. Like he's always like, just focus on your art, like what you just has a perspective and is like, you've never dated someone so nice and so like emotionally stable.
Yes, college boyfriend was a lot
I didn't know
this.
the dude. I didn't know the dude.
But both, this man is, he's just a good person. He's a good person, and he does explain things, and he is calm, and he's just lot of great communication, and that makes a
Yeah, he
difference.
has to put up with what time is your out? What's your out?
I have to leave in like 8 minutes.
Okay, we'll do one more question after this. But I'm just saying, like, he puts up with also like he doesn't come from a family with girls. So like him
He has
being
one daughter.
he has
One
one
daughter.
daughter, but then being with like three girls and like we're crazy, we're loud, we just like he just handles it really well.
I
But
think
now,
he's. I The first time he met you guys, I think he was just like, "Oh my God,
yeah,
this is just different." And he even said he goes, "A girl household is totally different." And Livy and I have a ton of energy. Livy brings that to another level.
so
So it's
much.
a lot of energy in the room.
Okay, there's a lot more questions, but I'll ask you this one because I really like it. How do you deal with moving away from your mom? I'm moving states and I'm so nervy. Okay, we are on the phone. We are on, why do you make that face?
Because I understand what this person is asking. Um, it was an adjustment,
Was
but
it
it's
really?
more she, her mom. Is it she's worried about being away from her mom?
I think both. Like, how did you feel when I left you? Your favorite left you?
It was still at
Seriously.
home. I feel that this is your journey, and as much as I would love for you to be here, this is not. It's not about me. And I love being able to go to New York. Do I wish you were all in the same state? Eventually, if it never happens, that's fine because this is all about you got to do what works for you. And with FaceTime and texting, I talk to my girls probably more than I would if they lived in the city. Think about
Yeah.
it. Like Libby and I are on the phone all day long. I talk to Lara texting. Kaylee and I text every day. It would be weird to well, we do FaceTime, but I think the gap is smaller because of technology.
Who do
But
you
you
talk to the
got the
most?
best for your kids.
Who do you talk to
You
the most?
It depends on you definitely the most, but it depends on the week. I talk to you all three of you all day.
Yeah, there's
Through
never a day that we're not on the phone at least like 3 to 4 times. Maybe the
no,
weekends.
we have our weekends. Everybody kind of goes their own way.
Yeah, but even then we're like still on the we talk 24/7. Like I don't think people like do you call Sissy as much as you call me?
Sissy's work schedule is different. Sissy and I text a lot more. She'll FaceTime me in the evening here and there to talk shit about you.
No,
I'm kidding.
and I
And
have a lot
then
to say about her.
Haley, Haley and I will, because she's here. Sometimes I'm dropping off food or we're going for a massage. So we talk. I talk to all of them every day. It Libby the most.
Yeah, I will say I definitely plan to move her out here in the next 2 years. Like you will be living in New York. You don't have a choice.
My boyfriend can't go. He's a lawyer
Chili's
here.
coming with. No, I've thought about both of you.
First of all, she learned his nickname and now she keeps calling him that, and nobody calls him that.
Wait,
Just her.
because we were no, I call him his nickname because we were working and we were on the clock together. And I was like, why does this email say child? And he was which is actually so embarrassing. He goes, that says chili. And I go, oh, what is that? He goes, that's my nickname. And I go, does my mom know that's your nickname? And he goes, oh, she'll hate that you call me that. She'll hate that. So every time I talk to my mom, I'm how's chili?
Like, don't know who you're talking about.
But I plan to move her and Chili out here within the next 2 years. I actually, that is like, I've been like manifesting it. Like, I've been putting it down on a piece of paper. So, like, pack your bags, roadway moving, brand deal coming on through, bitch. Beep, beep. You're moving to New York. Maybe
Leave
even,
my other daughter behind. Like, it would
no,
be
I
rude.
think she'll, like, maybe she'll spend like some time out there. I also plan to get, not only do I plan to like buy them a place, I also plan to have a really big home upstate. So, like, if someone wants to go upstate for a while, they can go upstate for a while, like any of those things. But you and Chili will definitely be in the city with me.
Okay, one more question.
Oh, okay. But oh, how did I deal with like leaving you? I like because we talk so much, even when my psychic read me, she was like, your mom lives in New York. And I was like, no. She was like, well, then you guys must be on the phone 24/7. I was like, absolutely.
Here's the thing is, Libby, I think you went there with such a mission
Yeah.
that not that you didn't miss me, but you were so focused because she pretty much said, I'm going to New York. I'm going to change my, I'm going to, how did you say it? You go, big things are going to happen for me in New York. I'm going to New York. I'm going to work on my career and I'm going to kill it. And that's where all her energy went.
So I really didn't have time to think about her. Now I will say that I'm older and I'm more established in my career is more where I'm like, oh, I want her and Chili out here so we can do like, weekday
Eat.
dinner. What?
We could eat.
We could eat. We could not
Family.
Shavasana. We could do Shabbat. Chili's Jewish. So like we could do family dinners, all those things. I think that's so fun. And I definitely want her to raise my children. So like she probably will for sure be out here. And just think about like your garden upstate that you'll have.
Okay. I had a garden in the old house that it lasted like a month. I thought I need someone to do it for me. I
Okay,
don't
well, you and the gardeners can work together on it, but I'll give you like a bunch of projects and Chili can practice law wherever. Anyways, this is the last one. And we're actually ending on a dark one. Okay. Okay. To me, this is happy. What was your mom's reaction when you were diagnosed with OCD and other mental illnesses? She was like, fuck.
not another thing. Um, different question. Because we have a different point of view on this because your gut is your second brain and that's what brings on the OCD and a lot of mental
Okay. That's
illness.
not what the question was. The question was like, how did, fuck it. Cause I hate the whole like, I had a sick kid.
I love the fact that we'd be out and she'd have to touch shit. It was great. Or I'd have to go touch something 3 times. Or she'd call me and I'd have to say words. She just
Wait.
got a lot better and it is what it is. And we work on it daily.
Do you want to know something? This one girl commented on my thing. She was like, I think about the time often when you made your mom drive you back and like touch a tree. Do you remember when we had just went to your friend who was a dentist? I had to have been in like sixth grade or like seventh grade or something. It was definitely during one of like my mental illness phases. And but I told you I dropped my phone
I don't
and
remember.
you don't remember. It was like I made you drive back to that dentist office so I could touch a tree. You had no idea. I told you I dropped my phone and I was like, I have to go get it. Like, I have to go get it. And you were like, what the fuck is happening? And like, I couldn't be like, oh, I have to kill myself if I don't touch this tree. So, like, that, oh my God, to think about having to deal with OCD so young and nobody know what's happening is like so crazy.
I had an idea because I had an aunt who had it, but I can tell you, I have such compassion and grace for people who have it because I see it like I'll be out and my boyfriend will make a comment. I go, no, that's OCD. He goes, you can tell. I go, got a daughter with it. So it's a horrible thing. It's in your head and it's
Mhm.
probably the hardest thing to control.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you know anyone with it, just be kind and compassionate.
I'm sorry. Do you know how many times you've looked at me? Stop fucking touching things. Do you know how many times? Stop fucking touching that.
Because we've lived with it for a
But
long time.
I told the, wait, I told the story. I want Sissy to tell this on a TikTok with me. How much time do you have?
2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Where remember when my OCD was really bad 2 summers ago?
You're drinking a lot of coffees with syrups. Yes.
Okay, so, and I was convinced that I would have to kill her if I didn't go to Trader Joe's and like touch that one thing. So like her and I had just went to Trader Joe's and I was crying. And she's like, why are you crying? And I was like, my OCD is so bad. She's like, what is it telling you to do? And I was like, if I don't go back and touch that, like I'm gonna have to kill you. She goes, then fucking kill me. You're not gonna do it, Livy. You're not gonna do it. And just her saying that, just her being like, you're not gonna kill me, healed me. I really thought
See?
I was gonna have to kill her.
So are you surprising me and flying in for Mother's Day?
I wish.
Oh,
Maybe
come on.
I'll
It's a
look at
Hallmark holiday. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks.
fuck was that then? Why was the no, I want to
Sweet.
get back on my feet,
You are.
bitch. Did you
All
like
right.
being
I
on the
have to go.
Okay,
What?
well, let me say goodbye. Let me say, okay, you guys, my mom's not on social. She doesn't have any Pilates to like
Yes, I
shout
do.
out.
I'm on social. I'm on Insta.
Okay, well, you don't want the people following you on Insta.
I've had a lot of people asking to follow me lately. I don't know why it's random.
Don't
Um,
accept that.
I know I don't. Uh, this was a pleasure. I have to go teach Pilates.
Do you want to tell people to come take your class if they live in the area? I don't really love the idea of people knowing where you live and work.
Oh, no. Privates are by referral only. That's what I'm saying. No, we're not going to start giving up.
If you live in New York and you want a private Pilates session, because she is a really like great Pilates teacher, she's like killer. Everyone who takes her class is like in love with her. But if you live in New York and you want privates, let me know because I'll set up a business for her and that will make her move out here even quicker.
She has two friends in New York that teach Pilates who are just starting out in their careers and are going to be outstanding at Pilates. So that's who she's going to refer you to.
No, I'm going to refer him to you because you actually like do it. And she's been doing Pilates way before everyone thought it was cool and trendy.
Over 20 years.
Yeah, and she helped my two friends get certified.
Livy, love you. Have a great day.
Love you,
We'll
mom.
talk out my next break.
Okay, love you.